Growth thrives in the right surroundings. Have you ever wondered why some people grow faster in one season or situation than they do in others? Sometimes it's because they grew, sometimes they gained additional skills or somehow became more talented. But sometimes the difference is much more simple. They change their environment because the wrong environment can limit your thinking. It can drain your energy and shrink your vision. But the right environment can stretch you, challenge you, and help you become the person you was created to be. That is the power of the law of environment. Hello, my friends, and welcome to Living the Laws. I'm Larry Law Sr., and this is another edition of Wednesday Wisdom Live. Whether you're joining us live or catching a replay, I'm glad you're here. Before we dive in, I invite you to like this video, subscribe, and click the notification so you do not miss any release here on Living the Laws. This is your midweek reset, a place where leaders like you come to recharge, refocus, and rise in your leadership journey. And as we get started, I want you to reflect on what kind of leader are you becoming. If you have never taken time to assess your leadership strength and growth areas, I've created a leadership assessment to help you get clarity. You can find the link in the description. And you are also invited to join the Living the Laws leadership community. On today's video, we're going to dive into the law of environment. The heart of this law is simple. Growth thrives in conducive surroundings. In other words, your environment matters. Who you spend time with matters. What you listen to and read matters. What you tolerate matters as well. And what you consistently expose yourself to will eventually shape who you become. One of the memorable lessons from the law is that if you are always at the head of the class, you may be in the wrong class. That does not mean you are better than anyone else. That means that growth requires stretch. If nobody around you challenges your thinking, you may stop thinking bigger. If nobody around you is growing, you may start settling. If nobody around you is moving forward, you may become comfortable standing still. And leaders cannot afford to stand still. When I think about environment, I think about my own journey. I grew up in Camden, Arkansas, but I knew that if I wanted to broaden my opportunities, I had to step into an environment that would stretch me. The United States Army became one of those environments. The Army did just what I needed. The Army did not only just give me a uniform, it gave me structure. It gave me discipline. It gave me standards and responsibility. It placed me around people who expected me to show up, grow up, and step up. And I learned something important. A strong environment does not always feel comfortable. Sometimes it challenges you. Sometimes it corrects you. Sometimes it pushes you beyond what you thought you could handle. But if the environment is healthy, it does not break you down just to leave you broken. It develops you, prepares you, and strengthens you. That is also what we try to create through the nonprofit First Home Alliance. When families come to us, many are not walking in the door from a place of comfort. Some are facing financial stress, credit challenge, housing instability, foreclosure, or fear about their future. But when they enter the right environment, an environment of education, counseling, accountability, and practical tools, they begin to see possibility again. The right environment can help people move from crisis to stability, and from stability to wealth, and from wealth to legacy. So today, I want to give you 3 practical ways to apply the law of environment in your life. Number 1, schedule your growth. Growth does not happen just because you wish it. Growth happens when you make room for it. You cannot say, I want to grow, but never schedule time to read, to reflect, think, to plan, learn, or develop. If growth matters, put it on your schedule. Schedule time to read. Schedule time to review your goals. Sharpen your leadership. Schedule time for personal development, because what gets scheduled has a better chance of getting done. You do not need to start with 2 hours a day. Start with 15 minutes. 15 minutes of reflection. 15 minutes of planning. 15 minutes of listening to something that strengthens your mind. Small scheduled growth repeated over time can produce major transformation. Remember this, your calendar is part of your environment. If your calendar is crowded with everything except growth, your environment may be working against your future. Number 2, focus on systems. A growth environment is not built by accident. It is built by systems. A system is simply a structure that helps you do the right thing consistently. A goal says, I want to become a better leader. A system says, every Wednesday, I will study one leadership principle and apply it before the week ends. A goal says, I want to improve my finances. A system says, every Friday, I'm going to review my budget, track my expenses, and make one wise financial decision. Another situation, a goal may say, I want to build a stronger team. A system says, every week, I will encourage someone, develop someone, and follow up with someone. That is how growth becomes practical. Your environment is not just where you are, it is how you operate. And leaders need systems because systems help carry you when motivation gets weak. Number 3, stay consistent, even when you do not feel like it. This is where the law of environment connects closely with the law of consistency, because it is not enough to visit a growth environment once. You must remain connected to it. You must keep showing up. You must keep filling. You must keep feeding your mind. You must keep placing yourself around people who challenge you. Some days you will not feel like reading, planning. You may not feel like calling, creating, leading, serving, or building. But leaders cannot be governed only by feelings. Your purpose must be stronger than your mood. As we close, I want you to ask yourself 3 questions. First, is this my current environment? Is my current environment helping me grow or hold me back? Second, who's around me, stretching me, sharpening me, and challenging me to become better? And third, what do I need to change so my environment supports the leader I'm becoming? Because the law of environment reminds us that growth thrives in the right surroundings. So do not be held captive by any environment that no longer supports your growth. Assess where you are. Make the necessary changes. Schedule your growth. Focus on systems and stay connected even when you do not feel like it. Because the leader you're becoming is being shaped every day by the environment you choose. Thank you for joining me for another edition of Wednesday Wisdom Live, and I hope this message gave you something to think about, something to act on, and something to carry with you into the rest of your week. If this message encouraged you, I challenge you to add value to your leadership journey. Please like, subscribe, and click the notification bell as we continue to grow together. And remember, leadership growth becomes more powerful when you do not walk alone. Be sure to click the like in the description and take the leadership assessment and join the Living the Laws community. It is a simple way to better understand your strengths, recognize your growth areas, and stay connected to practical leadership tools and encouragement. Until next time, keep growing, keep leading, and keep living the laws. I'm Larry Laws Sr., reminding you to think before you move and make your next move your best move.